Now, what you just heard me read is a small portion from the novel The Little Prince. For those who don't know, the upcoming Servant Voyager is heavily inspired and designed by The Little Prince. The character, not the fucking book. I felt that this part of the story draws a great parallel to how some masters feel with the servants that they summon for. Overall, I thought this passage was a wonderful thing to share, and I thought you would like it. Can't say the same for the event though. The Fate Requiem event is another FGO collab event. You know, like Garden of Sinners, Prisma Ilia, Fate. You get the idea. The full name of the event is Fate Requiem, Board Games of the Apocalypse. The whole story of the event revolves around multiple games. The other games, however, are tied with the story, so let's just ignore them. What we mainly care about is Gappily. How exactly Gappily works is that you roll, you move, and you collect rewards such as mats or tokens. My god, I'm actually explaining a board game. There are a lot of dice to choose from, like the usual 6-sided die, the more selective 1 to 3 and 4 to 6 die, and the more specific 1, 2, and 3 die. The first 5 times you land on a space you get some rewards like mats or tokens. A token's always given to you the first time you land, but if it's a space that contains 2 tokens, the second one will be given to you the 5th time around. Space 11 is a little different as it's 3 fights against servants and not the usual mob. Also, the go space is a forced stop the first 3 times, so no matter how high the roll, you're just gonna get roadblocked. Thankfully, you don't need to memorize everything you've done because all the spaces have indicators on them to help you keep tabs. Now let's talk more about the servant tokens. Not only can the tokens be received through the board, but you can also get it throughout the story. There are a total of 52 tokens, with 30 being from the board, 21 from the story, and 1 you get off the gate. You need these tokens to progress because 1, this event is mission based and some of the missions require you to get a specific amount of tokens. 2, in order to progress in the story of the event, you need specific amounts of tokens. And 3, you unlock bonus quests by having specific amounts and certain combinations of tokens. Some of these bonus quests are not that important, like the EXP card and the Mana Prism, but some of these are pretty important, like the Command Code ones and the ones to get extra copies of Eris. Now, I'll talk more about these things in detail later, but if you want to get them, here's what you gotta do. Since I spent a lot of time talking about the amount of effort you need to get the command codes, might as well tell you what they do. The Pale Blue Elysian's command spell gives you bonus damage against the undead, so every spooky ghost, skelly boy, and zombo. Oh, and before you ask, the Hassans don't count, they are not skeletons, that's just a fucking mask. Cosmos Voyager's license is pretty niche because you're probably only going to use it in fights when you have to deal with the annoying dot effects. Viva la France. Honestly, just ignore this part and you got a great command code that increases crit star absorption. Just put it on any card that you really want to crit. Like, let's be honest, 100 HP is microscopic and you're gonna barely notice it. Now, the CEs. There's nothing much to talk about. Also, who are you people? Mixed Juice. Nothing much to talk about. Tournament Star. Also nothing much to talk about. Unless you want to take the art servant, I guess. Mission Start is actually pretty interesting for crit-based servants with mainly arts quick decks, but it's stuck in an awkward 40% and only if you're a whale can you get it to a nice 50. I guess it could work for servants like Dioscuri, Inlongyu, and Eris, just to name a few. Speaking of Eris, in this battle, you'll be fighting Utsumi Eris, who summons ghosts that can buff her up, only after she gives them buffs. It's like having to support your support just so your support can support you. She also gets tankier the more ghosts there are. She's not going to get to a point where she's fucking invincible, but it's still going to be a noticeable amount of tank. The ghosts themselves are a non-threat except for the fact they can suck you of your max health. So if you don't like being sucked, you can try killing one of them. Just so she can summon a new one. So you decide to change up your tactics and decide to ignore them. Great idea. Now she's gonna suck you as well on break. So now you must be thinking, alright, I'm gonna take the slow methodical route. I'm gonna pick off some of these ghosts when I need to, slowly whittle her down, and use my major defenses to tank the NP. Then you remember, Eris is an AoE servant that removes defensive buffs on NP.
Hold it!
Oh god, he's right. NP effects occur in text order and it clearly shows that it occurs afterwards. I need to think outside the box here if I'm gonna win this. But what? Oh, wait! She can fucking insta-kill! Insta-kill is a mechanic that is normally forgotten about. Most bosses are either immune to the effects or have an incredibly low chance for it to proc. However, the same cannot be said for our own servants. Except for a few cases, the chance to proc death is much higher for your own servants. And so, while fighting Eris, there is a chance your servants will suddenly die of cringe. So then, I guess there's only one option left. We have to kill her before she kills us! There is one issue to the plan though. Eris is thick, and I mean really thick. Just look at the size of it. Yo, wait, I meant her HP! I meant her HP! Thankfully, you can get some raw firepower in the free CE for the event, which juices you up by 100 to 200%. There's also some servants that are inherently stronger just for this event. But remember, she's gonna need 4 turns to MP, so just kill her in 3. Or just hope that death never procs, or bring someone who's immune to death, but who could possibly be both strong for the event and be immune to— oh wait! As I was trying to say, one of the servants coming to this event, Kijo Koyo, is pretty good for this event's challenge quest, so you could bring her for this fight, if you can get her. Overall, she's another buster-centric berserker, with some decent survivability, damage output, and team-wide supporting. The one issue you may see is the demerit in the NP. The burn on anyone else might have been negligible, but considering she's a fragile berserker, it could be a big deal. But hey, that's what skill 3's for, baby. Moving on, we have the best boy, Voyager. Because he's a quick AoE servant, there's probably a question already running through your head, so let me save you the suspense. Yes, he can loop. He just has a lot of things that are nice for NP spamming, like a battery and self-refunding. Also, this part of his MP may not seem as useful at first, considering how limited that trait is, but trust me, under the right circumstances being Miyu, this can get really dumb really quick. Finally, we have Eris. I'm just going to show you the skills real quick, and then we're going to move straight into the NP, because that's where the main issue is with Eris's kit. Eris's NP procs insta-kill first and removes defensive buffs last. Here's the main issue. She's an arts AoE Lancer, so inherently, you want her to help you with arts loop farming. But because she can accidentally proc insta-kill, it fucks up the NP refunding. 2. If you want to bring her to challenging content because she can remove defensive buffs, the issue is she does it after she deals damage. Like, the rest of her skills are fine, it's just the NP that really messes it up. E-servants and CEs will be the only ones that rate up for the duration of the event. So whether you're rolling on the banner or on the board, wish you the best of luck, and see you next time.